It was the kind of sentence that made everyone stop and stare. "We postponed our wedding," Yağmur Yüksel admitted quietly, but the world heard it like an explosion. A wedding that had been teased for months, a love story that had captivated thousands of fans, a couple many called picture perfect suddenly put on hold. And not just any couple. This was about Yağmur and Barış Baktaş. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment below, because the story behind this postponement is tangled with jealousy, betrayal rumors, family interference, and emotional chaos. The statement came during what was supposed to be a casual appearance. Yağmur, radiant but noticeably tense, told reporters they had mutually decided to postpone the wedding to a later date. There was no set new date, no clear explanation, just a rehearsed smile and a line that felt far too controlled to be spontaneous. And in the world of celebrity gossip, that kind of silence speaks volumes. This wedding had been a huge deal from the start. It was supposed to be the culmination of their whirlwind romance, glamorous, emotional, and star-studded. Fans had already imagined the dress, the venue, the music. Several luxury hotels in Istanbul were reportedly being scouted for the event, and brands were already circling the couple with offers to sponsor everything from floral arrangements to designer rings. But behind the fairy tale, the cracks had already begun to show. According to insiders, tension between Yağmur and Barış had been building quietly for months. Whispers of jealousy and betrayal started surfacing shortly after Yağmur made that infamous remark about finding Gökberk Yıldırım more attractive than Barış. Though she tried to downplay the comment, the damage was done. Rumors spread like wildfire, and suddenly the perfect couple narrative was cracking under the weight of suspicion. Barış's family reportedly did not take that incident lightly. Sources close to them say that from that moment, their support for the wedding began to waver. They felt humiliated, one insider claimed. Not just for Barış, but for the family name. It wasn't something they were willing to just brush off. In conservative circles like theirs, public embarrassment cuts deep. And when you're marrying into a family like Barış's, it's not just a union between two people, it's a public alliance. Things escalated even further after multiple tabloids published claims of late-night arguments, icy public appearances, and subtle signs that the couple was no longer on the same page. Paparazzi photos captured them leaving events separately, sometimes avoiding each other's gaze altogether. Fans began noticing the absence of joint posts on social media. Something was clearly wrong. But the biggest bomb came from behind closed doors. Multiple sources claim that Barış's family privately pressured him to rethink the wedding entirely. Their reasoning wasn't just about jealousy. They were reportedly concerned about Yağmur's growing independence, her strong public image, and her refusal to conform to their expectations. "She's not the kind of woman who stays silent," said another insider. And that scared them. Yağmur, for her part, felt suffocated by the mounting pressure. People close to her say she began to question whether this wedding would be a celebration or a performance. She allegedly felt like decisions about the ceremony, guest list, and even her dress were being made for her, not by her. She didn't want to be a bride controlled by someone else's family, one friend confided. She wanted to marry for love, not politics. The rumors of betrayal only intensified the family drama. Certain gossip outlets hinted at third-party tensions without naming names, but the implication was clear. The ghost of Gökberk, the jealousy it triggered, and lingering mistrust all played a part in destabilizing the relationship. Even though Yağmur publicly denied any wrongdoing, Barış reportedly struggled to move past it. And as one source put it, you can't build a marriage on bruised pride. Paparazzi haven't made things easier. Over the past 2 weeks, they've been camped outside their residences, waiting for any sign of movement. Every outing is analyzed. Every expression is magnified. When Barış was photographed alone leaving a private club at 2 a.m., tabloids speculated about cold feet. When Yağmur attended a friend's party without wearing her engagement ring, the headlines screamed, "Wedding off." The couple's silence has only amplified the frenzy. Neither has issued a formal statement beyond Yağmur's brief comment about postponement. Barış has avoided public appearances entirely, while Yağmur continues to show up at events, always elegant, always composed, but always looking like she's carrying a weight no one else can see. Fans have been dissecting every outfit, every smile, every glance, looking for answers. The emotional commentary online has reached fever pitch. Fans who once celebrated their engagement with hashtags and fan art are now openly mourning the wedding that might never happen. One viral comment read, "We watched them fall in love like a movie. Now it feels like we're watching the ending in slow motion." Another user countered, "Maybe this is what real love looks like, complicated, messy, human." But not all fans are sympathetic. A growing faction blames Yağmur for the drama, calling her reckless for her past remarks and accusing her of sabotaging the relationship. Meanwhile, others accuse Barış's family of old-fashioned control and say the couple would have been fine if not for the interference. Online arguments have become brutal, splitting their fan base down the middle. Media coverage is relentless. Talk shows are debating the situation nightly. Relationship experts are giving their unsolicited opinions about whether postponed really means canceled. Tabloids are hunting for any sign of another woman in Barış's life or another man in Yağmur's. Even family members are rumored to be giving off-the-record comments to journalists, further fueling the narrative that this is no longer just about two people. And there's another layer. The postponement has financial consequences too. Several sponsorship deals tied to their wedding have reportedly been put on hold or outright canceled. Some brands are quietly stepping back, unwilling to associate themselves with a potential breakup. Others are holding their breath, waiting to see if the couple will reconcile and go forward with their lavish event. Behind the scenes, those close to the couple say there's still a flicker of hope. They love each other, one insider insisted. But love isn't always enough. Whether this postponement is a cooling-off period or the beginning of the end is something no one can predict. What is clear is that the fairy tale has lost its shine, and reality has stepped in. Fans around the world are now asking the same questions. Will Yağmur and Barış set a new date, or is this just a soft way of calling everything off? Will they fight for their relationship or let family pressure tear them apart? And perhaps the most painful question of all, was this wedding ever truly theirs, or was it everyone else's? This story isn't over. Far from it. And in the celebrity world, postponed weddings often carry heavier meaning than the words suggest. What happens next may redefine both of their public images for years to come. If you've been following their story as closely as the rest of the world, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment below. Do you think the wedding will happen, or is this the beginning of the end? Your voice is part of this media storm now, and the next chapter may be even more explosive.